This the TempahZone podcast.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first episode of the TempahZone podcast with your host, me, Amir Maxx. Y'all, I cannot lie. I'm pretty excited right now. Like, I never thought I was going to end up making a podcast, but you put rap to the side, you think about everything else you're interested in, it's like, podcaster it is. So I guess that's what I'm going to have to be, y'all. I'm a podcast guy. I love podcasts. I've been listening to podcasts for like 3 years now. I started off with Brilliant Idiots, listened to Bodega Boys. So shout out to like Charlamagne the God, Andrew Schultz, Deezus and Amir, also the Joe Budden podcast, Joe Budden, Rory Maul, for even giving me that realization that podcasts could be a thing. And, I know not a lot of people might not listen to podcasts a lot, but hopefully with this podcast, more people can be open to it and, explore the open world that is the podcast world. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the podcast where we talk about rap news, music news, sports news, and anything else that's cool news. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, if we're going to talk about rap, who else to start off this topic for than Mr. Aubrey Graham, Mr. Champagne Poppy, Mr. Jimmy. I don't know what his last name was in Degrassi, but you know what I'm talking about. Drake. Drake be breaking records so much that he needs to have his own record for how many records he's been breaking. Like, the dude he always finds a way to get it done, man. In My Feelings has 400 million streams. 400 million streams. Y'all know how much that is? You know how many listens that is? That is absolutely absurd. Like, he already broke a record when he did Scorpion and got 1 billion streams. By the way, 1 billion plays through streaming is 1,500 plays. So, you can do the math. That's a lot of plays, y'all. That's a lot of plays. Because in the streaming game now, they had to switch everything up. So, the fact that they're making those ramifications to the game is really cool, and Drake's still gonna kill it. Like, the real question is, though, about In My Feelings having 400 million streams is, how much is Shiggy getting paid, man? If it weren't for Shiggy, would this song even be popular? Because when I remember Scorpion coming out, the song that was really supposed to take off was Don't Matter to Me, and that was with Michael Jackson. Like, the song with Drake featuring Michael Jackson didn't take off, but the song with the dance did. Like, that says everything about hip-hop, man. Like, people love a dance to a song, man. Like, you think about any song that has a dance to it, man, that's a hit forever. Like, a hit forever. Like, Hot Nigga with Bobby Shmurda, that's gonna be a hit forever. Crank That is gonna be a hit forever. In My Feelings is gonna be a hit forever. Even more recently with The Shoot, with Look Alive, and the song itself with Block Boy JB, that right there is how, songs just live on, man. No matter how good or bad they are, because nobody likes To the Left. Took your bet now, y'all. One hop this time. I don't even know the name of it. Should I know the name of it? I don't know. I really don't know. But does anyone know the name of that song? That's a real question. I think that's one of those songs that just people don't know the name to. This is how it goes, But look, I'm digressing. Drake, In My Feelings, 400 million streams, y'all. Insane. Drake's everywhere. Like, when he came out with Scorpion, his face was plastered, like, all over the playlist. Like I didn't know that Nonstop was a metal song, but it's in the metal playlist. Like, how you going? I don't know if that's true or not, but there's definitely a possibility of that. Drake's face was literally everywhere when the album first came out. Absolutely crazy, man. I don't, I could talk about Drake forever, man. I think it's very easy to talk about this guy because he's always bringing something new to the table. If you haven't seen on Instagram, his live show is amazing. The stage lights up. There's a floating Lamborghini. Travis Scott comes out whenever he feels like it because Sicko Mode's a big hit. Like, and then the Migos are there. Like, that's just crazy. But speaking of Migos, I wanted to talk about Quavious, a.k.a. Quavo. Now, Quavo came out with 3 songs that I just listened to yesterday, but they probably came out around last week. Working Me, Bubblegum, and Lamb Talk. Now, Lamb Talk is my favorite one, but the other 2, man, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it, Quavo. Like, is it just me, or is Offset the best Migos member? Am I the only one that thinks that? I even see people saying Takeoff's the best member of the Migos. Like, honestly, like, Offset's the best one, is not even close. And if you need some proof, listen to his verse on Narcos. And you don't tell me that's some of the most fire flow you've ever heard on a rap song, man. And that song, they all kill it, like, rapping-wise. Like, they better kill it when they're saying in the chorus that this is real rap, no mumbles. So you better kill it if you're going to say that in your song, because everybody claims Migos is, mumble rap. But, in that song, they really prove it. But look, don't get me wrong. Lamp Talk's dope. The other two I don't like, but that does not mean I don't like Quavo. I love Quavo. I love Offset. I love Takeoff. When you put all three of them together, you get the Migos and you get great music. But when we're talking about solo records, y'all, when we are talking about a solo project with just you on it, I don't know if I'm really feeling Quavo as much as I'm feeling Offset. Because Ric Flair Drip goes hard. Like, that goes hard. Like, for those that know Cousin Stiz, he has a song called Headlock. Offset's feature on that goes hard. Like, when it comes to the features, it's a different story. When it comes to the songs itself, man, I really think Offset's doing his thing. I'll give it to Quavo, man. His ad-lib game is great. I mean, Ape Shit with Jay-Z and Beyonce, he's ad-libbing all over that song, and it's awesome when he does the yo. So, that's fire. I don't care what none of y'all say, man. You know how hard it is to make an ad-lib sound dope? I've been rapping for 7 years, man. I tell you right now, like, that's some X Factor type stuff right there. Like, you can't just show up in the booth and just ad-lib your way to a hit single. Like, you just have to have it, Like, you just can't do it and expect it to work. Like, only certain special people in the hip-hop game can pull it off. Your 21 Savages, your 2 Chainz, obviously the Migos, and, Travis Scott. Don't get me started on Travis Scott. He's not in my topics today, but we'll probably bring him up eventually once my special guest comes on, because he's a really big Travis Scott fan. That's one of his favorite rappers. So we'll probably discuss him later on when we get into that. So let's talk about Logic, a.k.a. Young Biracial, a.k.a. Bobby Tarantino. I love Logic, man. I don't care what social media has to say about him. Social media is putting these thoughts in your mind that you would have never thought. And one of those thoughts is Logic's trash or Logic's a bad rapper. Is this what rap's come to, where we're saying Logic's a bad rapper? Like, look, I know he says he's biracial a lot. I listen to him, and he definitely goes back to that. But, like, look, if I look like Logic and I was half black, I would be telling people I'm half black too, yo. I mean, like, come on. Can y'all blame him, man? Like, look at him. Like, he looks like my homie ByBurnsy, man. He looks just as white as him. And, like if I looked like that, I'd be telling people I'm half black too. Because, like, he's a rapper, and he said nigga before in his songs. Like, obviously, preface that. And I've seen Logic's dad. He's half black, man. Come on. Just let him be, man. Why can't someone say they're biracial? Jesus. That's good. I mean, people represent what they represent all the time, Let the biracial people represent who they are, Anyway, Logic's album, Young Sinatra IV, dropped September 28th, and I cannot wait, y'all. Because Logic dropped a teaser to this album. And I'm telling y'all, he's going to shake the whole game up when this album drops, because everybody's going to be looking at Logic and they're going to go, oh, snap, I forgot he can rap. Like, I really think people forgot he could rap, because he got that song with One Day featuring Ryan Tedder, the dude from One Republic. And, like, prior to that, like, his 1-800 was also very, like, pop mainstream. So, like, when people see Logic in that light, they think to themselves, like, oh, he's mainstream, he's pop, he doesn't do the rap anymore. But, like, yo, you go back 2012, 2013, and you hear Young Sinatra's 1, 2, and 3. Oh, my God. Yo, it's just too fire, man. Yo, Charlie, you ever listen to Young Sinatra 1, 2, and 3? Yo, fire, right? Yeah. Fire stuff. Yeah, like, it's dope. Like, people don't, I don't know, like, when artists blow up, man, people don't look at the older stuff. They just care about the new stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I think Logic embodies what a real rapper should be, man. This dude can spit fast. He's got lyrics. He actually has a message he's trying to do. He's a good dude. Like, I think Logic's too clean. I think he doesn't have enough wrong with him, and I think that's probably part of the reason he gets so much hate. But look, he dropped The Return, and telling you, when I heard Young Sinatra, when I heard that drop, I was like, okay, he's trying to really remind people, that he is a rapper. Like, this dude raps his ass off. It's kind of reminded me of when The Weeknd dropped My Dear Melancholy. Like, he put that out just to remind people, like, look, I remember where I came from. I remember what type of music I make. Watch this. Let me drop a 6-track album for you. I ain't even gonna call it an EP. Just take that. Actually, I think it was called an EP, but what's an EP nowadays, y'all? What's an album nowadays? Who knows? Kanye kind of messed that up. Anyway, my next topic, I wanted to talk about a picture that I saw on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. It was everywhere, man. It was a picture of Dr. Dre with YBN Cordae. And I really found that very interesting because, to me, just sipping some water, y'all. To me, I really feel that YBN Cordae, that picture right there, solidified everything I was thinking about when listening to him, because I was listening to Kung Fu and Scottie Pippen by YBN Cordae, and I'm like, why is YBN Amir getting all the credit? Like, this dude's way better. Like he even looks more like a star. Like, he just comes off like the guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not sure how old he is, man, but he looks pretty young. I guarantee he's probably between the ages of 18 and 22. Like, this dude looks young, he looks hungry, and he got a picture with Dr. Dre. Look, y'all know Dr. Dre's track record? Dr. Dre's got a track record that you cannot deny. And whenever he works or signs somebody, man, that's always been the thing. Like, look, I can really name it off the top of my head all the people that Dr. Dre's worked with, and you tell me just how successful all these people been. Snoop Doggy Dogg, when he was called Snoop Doggy Dogg. Eminem, The Game, 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Anderson .Paak. You can't, it don't get more talented than that list of people, man. Like, Dr. Dre has put on so many big, prominent, important names in this rap game that it's insane. Like, I everything Dr. Dre works on, touches, always comes out quality, man. It always does. So when I see him take this picture with YBN Cordae, I'm thinking to myself, ooh, Dr. Dre sees it. He sees it too. Okay, I think we got something here, So I say that all to say this, y'all. YBN Cordae, start listening to him. Just like you should start listening to JID and Black. Those are like 3 artists right now I am really riding with, really riding for. And by the way, if you're wondering who Black is, it's 6 LACK. If you weren't informed yet, that's how he spells his name. In this day and age, all these rappers, you gotta have a crazy name now, man. You either have a crazy name or it's your actual name. I mean, there's some crazy rap names out here, y'all. And that's cool. You gotta stand out. There's too many rappers out here in this game, so you gotta find your way out of it somehow, It's just is what it is, man. When the genre's the most popular genre in the world, everybody tries to be it. Just like how rock was in the 80s, man. Everybody had a rock band. Everybody was trying to make a rock band. It's the same thing, y'all. History repeats itself. And I got Lil Wayne on my list of topics here, because Lil Weezyana Fest was this past weekend at the time I'm recording this, which today's date is August 30th. We're recording this on a Thursday. Lil Wayne did Lil Weezyana Fest, and Nicki Minaj showed up, NBA Youngboy, Tory Lanez, Birdman showed up. They're like, this is really dope to all see, because I feel like Young Money isn't really getting all the light that it used to now that Drake and Nicki Minaj have broken out of that bubble. Because Nicki Minaj is in her own world. She's got her barbs. Drake's in his own world. He's got OVO. He's got, whatever else Drake does with the Raptors and whatnot. Like, those guys are just their own, those two are just their own thing. And I feel like, Young Money is starting to become this nostalgia thing. We're starting to look at Young Money like Death Row, like where it's just like, oh, like that older thing that used to be around. Like, I don't know. Like, you don't even really hear like Drake shout out Young Money or Cash Money, or you don't even hear Nicki Minaj do it that much. Like, she does it way more than Drake. But I really feel that, it was really cool to see this fest happen. It's good to see Lil Wayne perform and doing his thing, man, because I get worried for Lil Wayne just like everyone else, hearing all the stuff with the seizures and him canceling shows. When I was in Cancun, man, this dude canceled the show. Like, he was in Miami. He was not far away, like, and he canceled the show. So, like, to see Lil Wayne on the stage doing his thing, getting busy on the mic, going off, claiming how he's the biggest rapper and all that. Like, I like seeing that because Lil Wayne was one of those first rappers that I feel like the whole world was taken by storm with what they did, So I'm really happy to see Lil Wayne rocking it, killing it, and oh, Lord have mercy, I hope the Carter 5 drops this year. I know I'm asking for a lot, Lord, but please, give us the Carter 5, man. I really want it. I'm not really crying, y'all. If you're not watching this visually, I just really want the Carter 5 to come out. Like, I've been waiting on it for a long time, and I like every Carter that came out. I didn't listen to the first one. I'm 22. All right, it's hard to listen to all the old stuff. I've listened to plenty of old stuff. I listened to 2, 3, 4, and I'm telling you, they all bump. It's all dope. So, Lil Wayne, if anyone in your camp is listening to me, please, I beg of you, drop the Carter 5. I know you and Birdman are getting along now. It seems that way. All the contract issues are getting cleared, so please, drop the Carter 5 soon for your boy. Thank you. And now, I will talk about sports. And since football season's coming back, I'm going to talk about some football. And I'm not going to lie, y'all. I'm kind of upset. I'm upset. Like that Drake song, man. I'm very upset. You know why I'm upset? Because ESPN put out the list of top 100 players in the league, man. And I don't really agree with it. Now, I'm not a sports expert. I am not Adam Schefter. But I see things, and it just don't feel right to me when I see the GOAT be number 2. Because when NFL.com made their list of top 100 players, guess who was number 1 on that? Brady, the GOAT. That guy. Yeah, 5 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all on one hand. He's going to need another one to put the other one on there because we're getting 6. I'm a Pats fan, Celtics fan, Tottenham fan. I represent Beantown. I love my Sox, love my Bruins, by the way, just to clear the air in case any New York listeners are listening. No, I'm playing. I love New York. Shout out to New York. I just got to clear the air before we talk about sports, y'all. I'm a Boston sports fan because I am from Boston. Born and raised my whole life. Beantown, what up? Clam chowder, you know what I'm saying? All day. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, Aaron Rodgers. Mr. $134 million man. He deserves it. I love watching Aaron Rodgers play. But I don't know, man. I think Brady still should have been number 1, He was the reigning MVP last year. He's got 223 career wins on his belt. I know that's not just based on one season, but, I mean, come on, he was the reigning NFL MVP. And I know Aaron Rodgers was injured, and I know when he comes back from his collarbone injury, he's probably going to be very, very angry. I just think they did this, y'all, because, when someone is as great as a Tom Brady, you got to, shake it up a little bit. You can't just have one guy dominating the whole time. So when it comes to Brady, they're like, yo, he gets too much. Just, cut some slack. But nah, give this man his respect every time. Because Tom Brady is the GOAT. So you're going to put him up number 1, all right? I don't care. ESPN, if you're listening, I don't like your list for one reason and one reason only. It's because number 1 ain't Brady, you understand? It's not cool. Brady's the man. How dare you? Yeah, I might be showing off a little bias. So what? I'm still kind of right. Anyway, number 3 on the list was Aaron Donald. And yo, I watched this dude's highlight tape. This dude's a beast, man. Defensive Player of the Year last year. 39 sacks over the past 4 years, according to ESPN. Dude's a beast, man. That's crazy. Yo, watch this dude's highlight tape, man. He had this one tackle on the Seahawks. I swear to God, yo. Oh, my God. Yo, he threw this dude down just didn't even tackle him. He just threw him down. I was like, this is like watching high school football. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. It's going to make me watch the Rams, way more intensely this year to see what this dude does, because you know he gonna show up ready to go. Number 4 on this was Antonio Brown. Hell yeah, I agree with that. AB's the man. Probably definitely the best wide receiver in the league. No doubts about it. Then you got Mr. Von Miller. Von Miller's a beast, yo. Yo, Von Miller, beast on them. I love watching Von Miller. Like a guy like Aaron Donald, Von Miller, like Khalil Mack, he was number 10 on this. Jalen Ramsey, I love watching a good defensive player, y'all, because I never played football, but I always wanted to be on the defense so I could get an interception. So, like, whenever I watch, like, especially Jalen Ramsey, I love a football player that, can talk, mad smack, talk a lot of shit. I love that. I love seeing that, But, like, another thing I kind of disagree with this list is, I think Todd Gurley should have been on the top 10. I really think Todd Gurley should have been on the top 10. Todd Gurley hurdles over people. Like, do we need stats for this to justify him being on the top 10? Look, Todd Gurley is unbelievable to watch. He killed it last year, put up insane numbers, and the dude, like, he does the majority of the, like, he gets, like, almost half the team's total yards last season. He's doing things, like, so insanely. Like, I know, like, Le'Veon Bell is obviously, like, it's, Le'Veon Bell, Todd Gurley for the best running back. That's a tough one, but I personally, just based on the eye test, just watching, just seeing, Todd Gurley, man, is just a freak of nature. And this dude can catch. So, yeah, I'm going to run down the top 10 of this top 100. Number 1 was Aaron Rodgers. Number 2, Tom Brady. Number 3, Aaron Donald. Number 4, Antonio Brown. Number 5, Von Miller. Number 6, Drew Brees. Number 7, Le'Veon Bell. Number 8, Julio Jones. Number 9, Jalen Ramsey. And number 10, the dude with the hardest name on this list, Khalil Mack. I'm not saying that because it sounds like my last name, Maxx, but it just sounds intense. Like, right? Is that just me? Probably just me. All right, y'all. So that wraps up the sports section. And now we're going to get to our special guest here, y'all. He works in administration at Severian Brothers High School. He graduated from Fairfield University 2 years ago, 2016.
2016, yep.
All right, word. And most importantly, y'all, he's my brother. So give it up for Anif. Anif? Yeah. Yo, Anif.
What's going on?
Shoot, man, I'm good. Got through my topics.
Yeah, you going off just a while. You have veins popping out of your head.
I got, this is why I'm doing the podcast, man. I got some stuff I got to let the world know.
Yeah,
gotta let these people know the rap sports mentality of a Boston boy. So, man, so you just get out of work. How was it?
It was a good day. It's a good day. Things are kind of quiet. Still summertime, so we don't have the students here yet. So, really excited for the school year. I mean, you're an alum of the school. I'm an alum. That place got you everywhere that you needed to be. So I'm thankful. I'm hopeful. I'm excited. Looking forward to everything that's in store for us.
Yeah, man. Honestly, Severian is just, I'm really grateful for that, going to that high school. Provided me a lot of knowledge and, wisdom that I don't think I would have acquired anywhere else. So shout out to Severian Brothers High School, man.
Shout out.
Shout out to everybody, there, classmates for 4 years, brothers for life.
Yeah.
That sounds like a motto for like a rap group.
It does.
Sounds like something DMX would say.
But it's real. It's real. Still boys with all those kids. So.
Yeah, man. Some of my best friends, met from Severian, cool from Severian. So, so explain to the people, like, what you do at your job as Severian. Like, what does it entail? So
right now, I'm in admissions. So what we do is, of course, we, go and talk to other middle schools and, see where kids want to go for the next step in their educational career. So, of course, if they're in 8th grade, they're looking for a high school. Of course, we're one of those schools on the list. But then now, as we got like the 7th and 8th grade, which is pretty cool now.
Yeah, that's really awesome.
So, students who are in 4th and 5th grade, they're kind of even looking, a little bit earlier, in 5th and 6th grade and all that stuff. So it's really interesting to see that dynamic because that's new. But for me, definitely. When I was at, Fairfield, I was involved in student government, and Severian, I was even involved in student government. So for me, one of the biggest takeaways in life is like education is key. Like, I know a lot of people, to be completely honest with you, like college, it might not really be for everyone, depending on what you want to do in life, but you might not know that until you potentially give it that try, So, colleges, they make a lot of money. It's kind of a business. So, you go, you spend your, let's say, $50,000 for your first year. Freshman year, yeah, that's a lot of debt right off the bat. But if you get good financial aid and you work hard in high school, you get scholarships, you're in APs, get some money off, so it sheds it down to maybe like hopefully $12,000 or so you don't have that much to pay off. But at the end, your freshman year, if you're like, yeah, I'm not about this college life, right? Like going to the trades, going to the union, pick up a podcast, pick up, like Charlie, like, doing like video editing stuff. It's like you don't know that. You could go a full 4 years and be like, oh, cool, my major? Yeah, I'm not doing anything regarding my major right now. And it makes absolutely no sense. But, like, to be honest with you, that's life. Like, I'm 24, you're 22. Charlie, you're what? 23, right? So, all of us are extremely young, So it's like people are in too much of a rush to do certain things. It's like there's no need for that.
Yeah, seriously, that's so
Mad
true.
young. Yeah.
Yeah, people in Europe, they don't go straight to college. From what I've heard, a lot of them, they wait it out. They travel the world. They see, all around. Because, if you go to college and you major in something and you don't think that's what you want to do, it's, you're setting yourself up for, just wasting your time, Gary Vee even says it. Even, like, we'll joke about college, how it's like a 4-year vacation. But it's like,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like education is key. So it's like you can't say college is completely bad.
Oh,
no. And what you're doing is helping these, 7th to 12th graders, figure out their lane early so that way they are, genuinely set up for the future better.
Oh, yeah. And, I highly push college. You definitely got to give that a try, whether it's like, you took like a math course and you didn't need to in your freshman year, right? Like, I'm sure everyone who's been to college for 4 years can tell you that regardless of what they learned in the classroom, outside of the classroom, living outside of your home, like that whole environment, like, you learn who you are as a person, right? So regardless of what you choose as your major, that's kind of like my biggest like thing about it. It's like, yeah, think about your major. I had a teacher once tell me, pick the easiest major, get C's and pass, right? But from there, wow. you'll finally see what you might want to do, right? Like, if you pick up, there's an easy major, right? And you pick that, you do your 4 years of that, and you say, all right, peace, I'm out. And you were like, oh, yeah, I actually don't have a job in engineering right now, right? Then you end up picking up something that you want to do. Like, that's what life is, right?
Yeah, that's so
you
true.
Find what you want to do, and you do it.
Yeah, like, no matter, like, what you end up majoring in college, it's just, like, as long as you come out of there knowing what you want to do with your life and making sure you set that objective, that's really all that matters. Like, there's plenty of people that don't use their major for specifically what they do. I graduated with a psychology degree from UMass Lowell. I'm not trying to be a psychologist. I'm not trying to be a psychiatrist, but like I utilize a lot of things that I learned from that major to everyday life, So like that's one thing people got to understand, it's all about the college experience. That college experience will help you grow.
Yeah. Just real quick, shout out to Fairfield University. Shout out to the Stags.
Yeah, shout out to Fairfield, man.
Shout out to Fairfield.
Yeah, never got to party there, but it's all good.
You never came down to the beach, so
I never did.
That was probably the biggest regret you'll ever have in your life.
Yeah,
so.
I feel bad about that, because you only college once. But
it's true.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about being the president at Fairfield, and also like prior to that you were the president as a variant. So like just delve in on that, and what made you want to do all that?
Yeah, to be honest with you, like as you know, I'm the middle child. Sometimes you even say that I'm like dad, not our actual dad, but like a dad.
Oh, dad,
which is even worse.
You need to be like a dad sometimes, y'all. It's all
so good. That's on me, and I apologize to anyone that I've ever treated like a father to. I ain't got no kids. I'm not planning on anytime soon. But
no, I'm 30.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But scaries. But no, I mean, when I ran for president at Zavarian, I had a teacher who kind of put me under his wing, and he was like, "Yo, you got a lot of potential, man. Like, you should utilize that." I was like, how do I utilize that? Like, I wasn't like the best student, but I gave my all in certain other things, like rugby. I gave my all, and like, making sure I was socializing. That was another big thing of mine. But
important.
My schoolwork, like, that didn't necessarily come last, but it wasn't until maybe like my junior year of high school, which is when I was actually running for president, where I started to get some work ethic. I started taking physics, and that's not something you wake up in the morning knowing physics, right?
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, you can learn natural forces and torque and all that stuff, but, you know, when you start to realize that, like, you actually are interested in something that you're learning, you kind of put a little bit more effort into all of your education, all your academics. So I started to do that. You know, when I ran for president, you know, I just felt, you know, a lot of people entrusted me and put like some faith into me. Yeah. And I was like, why are they trusting me? You know, like,
black?
Nah.
You weren't ready for that joke,
no,
were you?
I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't even thinking that, because that's not true. But,
I'm playing.
And if it is, I don't know. But
I'm just joking.
Nah,
That's a joke, y'all.
Nah,
That's a joke.
I know, 2018. But,
I know, right?
But no, what really happened is, you know, I just felt a lot of support from like my friends and like family and faculty and staff. So I was like, all right,
awesome.
I'm gonna do that. And, you know, kind of what happened is that confidence kind of translated when I got to Fairfield. And, you know, I remember talking to one of the faculty members. He was like one of my mentors at Fairfield. And I told him like my freshman year, I was like, yeah, you know, he was like, what's your biggest goal here at Fairfield University? I was like, I want to be the president. I want to be future president. And he was like, all right. He was like, so then what are you going to do about it? And I was like, that's true. So, you know, and, you know, I could have ran earlier. I don't think I was mature enough, so of course I waited till senior year, and I had a lot of mentors who kind of taught me throughout the way, so that by my senior year, I knew I was confident and I was actually ready to do so. I knew the campus, you know, I knew the community. I made some great friends, and, you know, I had a lot of people that I trusted to, you know, help me out along the way. I can't do any of this stuff on my own, you know.
Nah, you can't. You can never do it on your own.
No
matter what you're doing.
No
matter what you're doing in this world, if anybody out there listening, like, if you're trying to do anything, push your dreams and make it happen, you can't do it on your own.
No.
You need help, no matter what it is.
Yeah, so, you know, shout out to everyone that helped me along the way. You all know who you are, so, you know, I appreciate you.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that's dope to hear. He sounds like you gotta have the work ethic. You gotta be very extroverted. You gotta be very like open to the people to do stuff like that. So
it's not easy, you know. It's a blessing. To be honest with you, it's just something like people. You know, it's something that you get. You feed off other people.
Definitely.
You know, if you get that vibe, you go with the vibe, right? Like you with your podcast. You know, like that's your drive, Charlie. You know, like. This dude's got, I don't even know what device that's called, holding up the camera, but like,
going all in.
But he's been doing it for like 25 minutes now, and I haven't seen him flinch. I don't know if he's doing like biceps or triceps, but dude looks like he's been lifting, but only for that job.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Solely to do camera.
Got holding on to it for dear life, like Simba and the Lion King. So it's like, or Scar, whoever that was.
Yes, they're holding up Simba.
Something like that. It came out like 98.
Yeah,
so
it's all good. It's all right
regardless if I don't remember the character. But nah, for real, I just want to shout out all those people that helped me along the way, and I'm truly blessed, man. Yeah, big up, yeah.
Yo, so you mentioned rugby, man. I played rugby. I played rugby 1 year in college. Played all 4 years in high school. Yeah. You played 8 years.
Yeah.
Like 4 years in high school, 4 years in college, man. Like, I don't care about high school. High school don't matter. What was it like playing college rugby at Fairfield? What was that like, man? That must have been crazy.
So yeah, to be honest with you, like my first 2 years, we were D2 in the college rugby game. So we play in schools like Sacred Heart, SUNY New Paltz, Vassar College, you know, really good schools and really good rugby schools. And like there were some guys, they were like, I mean, like I'm fat, but I'm short. And I'm like, I just got the weirdest. Yeah, I just have a low center of gravity, like an endomorph, I think it's called. Like that's the body type. Something stupid like that.
Yeah, it's like ectomorph,
endomorph. Something where you where you look like a hobbit that is not that unathletic, right?
Yeah.
So you know, so that's kind of what I've embraced. But you know, I utilized it. I worked hard. You know, I wasn't the best rugby player, but I loved the game. You know, so that's kind of how I carried through with it, you know, and it's not about being the best. If you're enjoying what you're doing, and I wasn't really getting injured, I got lit up one game at Sacred Heart where I was literally in the air, and that was pretty cool. I never got rocked.
I guess that's called cool, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like, cracked my rib. It was crazy.
Oh, my God.
But that was fun. But no, like for real, rugby, playing that at Fairfield, that was like a real eye-opening experience. I played rugby league for like a little bit with like the Boston 13s for like, I think I did like 2 games maybe, barely anything. But just to have that exposure was pretty cool, playing it or seeing guys who were like in the USA team and stuff. Yeah, just seeing them in general was pretty cool. But, you know, my junior year, we won the championship, and we blew teams out of the water. Like, we were scoring like 70 points a game. I think you might have came to like a couple.
Yeah,
of them.
I think I was at one of the games where y'all
you
just
the
went
championship.
off. Yeah,
we
that
went
was
off.
crazy.
And, it was fun, and we got a lot of confidence from that. Decided to go D1, and going to the highest division. You're not necessarily gonna. You might not see success the first year, but it was a work in progress, and they're killing it now, and I'm looking forward to seeing their progression as well. But I'm happy to have been a part of that transition.
Yeah, no, that's really dope, because I feel like American networks are really starting to push rugby on like America, but like they're first starting to make sure soccer is the thing now.
Right.
But I feel like once soccer takes off, like rugby will too. But how long do you think it will take like Americans to truly appreciate rugby? Because we're barely appreciating soccer. So like, how long do you think it will take for us to like rugby?
I mean, to be honest with you, I think about like baseball and I think about football, right? Like baseball's quote unquote America's game, right? That's kind of dying down with the whole steroid era, when that kind of like diminished people's hopes and dreams as like young kids, because we're not going to take steroids. So we're like, oh my God, like,
or maybe you will.
Barry Bonds, right? Like Barry Bonds took steroids. He was one of my favorite guys. And I was like, all right, cool. Like, he's a fraud. You're fake. You know what I mean?
Pictures of him from the Pirates.
To wear it with the earring, and then you see him like all juiced up, and you're like, yo.
Not the same. Literally, don't even look
not the
alike.
same guy. No, he had the little mustache, and he shaved the mustache.
Completely different person. Crazy.
But I don't think rugby will pick up until maybe I give it another like 5 years, until people start to see like what's going on with football and the concussions,
and the whole, unfortunately, like the whole political thing with football might
and the whole
make
political
people
thing
convert
drive
to rugby.
away. And like, but the thing is like, and again, I might be completely biased, but I just think rugby is like the best sport in the world.
Man, I think the same way.
I mean, you played it, and you like, to be honest with you, like, I mean, you played, but like you stopped playing, right? So for you to even be able to say, like, I still think it's the best sport in the world, and you said, nah, it's not for me anymore, like, that says a lot about the sport. Like, imagine stepping away from something and watching other people do it and still being like, nah, that was the best time of my life. Like, you have a brotherhood, like, you and your boys, you're looking out for your boys. Like, the rucks, the scrums, everything. Like, you've got to get dirty. I don't care about grass in my eye, like dirt in my eye.
There's a lot of things you can't care about in rugby.
Yeah, like I'd wake up every morning and I was like, after like a game, and like be hobbling like to class, look like an idiot, and people were like, "Oh, what'd you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I had a rugby game." They're like,
bro,
why are you? Yeah,
why
are you
beating
doing
yourself
that?
up like that?
I was like, well, it's the best time ever, and that feeling was just like the best. So
rugby's the best, man. Hey, and by the way, for all those people wondering, we'll end the rugby topic here though. Rugby's safer than football. Look up the stats. I promise you, I'm not lying. It's a real thing.
Yeah, we'll leave that there.
Yeah, so let's talk about what you probably got warmed up to. You probably got warmed up to like Chris Brown or Travis Scott or Migos. I don't know how you get warmed up to Chris Brown. Like how you get warmed up to like what's the song that he remade with Michael Jackson? I think I gotta let her go.
I don't know the name, but I know
it's a great
exactly
song.
What you're talking about.
Song. Yeah.
All I Want Is You, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, she ain't you.
She ain't you. That's it. Yeah.
She ain't you.
I like a lot. I like a lot of Chris Brown stuff, but like, Chris Brown's had such a long career. Like, when I think of Chris Brown, I think of like, I Can Transform You, Chris Brown. Like,
nah, don't even think about that stuff. Although that is like his start.
That's a dope song. Like, Look At Me Now. Look At Me Now's fire.
I hated that song.
So here's the thing, you think Chris Brown's been getting better and better? I think so too.
I don't think he's skipped a beat. I don't think he skipped a beat.
Chris Brown's a beast, man.
I mean, he's a
6'7"
beast
and can dance his ass off.
Yeah, no, he's really good. But he's just a stupid. No, I don't want to say stupid person, but he's not a good guy.
Yeah,
like he's just not a good guy. So him as a person, I don't condone. I don't support. Honestly, I think about it a lot of times when I listen to him, I'm like, yo, I wish this dude's music sucked. Like, I wish it sucked.
Or you wish he had, like, a track record like LeBron, where it's just like he did nothing dirty.
He did nothing wrong.
Yeah, he's just like, a clean record, clean guy.
As much as I used to
like
hate
a Justin
LeBron,
Timberlake, to compare it to music.
Justin Timberlake, so he was that one that I was like, yo, Justin Timberlake's like got the cleanest record, but he did something one time at like a BET ceremony. I don't know if you remember BET Awards, and like people went off. He said something, and like Black Twitter got after him. Yeah, real quick. Yeah, for real. He got roasted. And I was like, oh,
Seconds
man.
after.
Finally, it took him like, when did NSYNC come out? Like 92 or whatever. So it took him, like 26 years to finally get some shade on him. But
yeah.
I'd warm up till like, honestly, I've been listening to the same hype track since like my sophomore year of high school.
Yeah.
So I got Take Over Control by Afrojack.
Yeah, that's a classic.
I got Smack That by Akon. I got Locked Up by
Akon. I love Akon. I love those two
Soul
songs.
Survivor.
Yeah.
People don't know. People
Soul
sleep
Survivor.
on it. You can listen to that any day before any game, and I promise
That's
you,
hard,
if you don't have ice in your veins by that point, you don't have a heart. It's as
you're
simple
not
as
human.
that. No,
yeah.
you're not human.
Yeah.
You probably don't listen to music.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of those people that don't listen to music in the gym either. If you can't listen to Soul Survivor and get fired up, I don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah,
I don't know you.
Not listening to music in the gym. Nah. I see it all the time. I feel like that's only meant for people over the age of 35. Like, you gotta be an old man to pull that off. Like, it's like going bald at 23 when you don't have to. It's
like people who listen to Bruce Springsteen, like that's like their go-to song. That's like their go-to guy. You probably don't listen to music in the gym. Nah. Because if Bruce Springsteen's your favorite,
that's what gets you hyped.
I dare you to try Travis Scott. Like you would, it'd be blood coming out of your ears. You wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, Born to Run.
Turn this off.
Stargazing.
Oh God, yo, honestly, I'm really angry that you even said Born to Run. Like,
yo, no disrespect to Bruce Springsteen. Like, he's a legend, but like, let's
he's a
just
legend
be real.
in his own respect.
Let's just be real. Like, I don't.
But nobody gets fired up to Bruce Springsteen.
Nah, I don't think so. But I've heard people get.
That's a lie. They do.
Nah, someone out there works out to Marvin's Room by Drake. Somebody,
I have legitimately worked out to Marvin's Room by Drake. I don't know.
There's not even a drum beat in it. Barely.
No, there's literally that small little boom boom. That's it. That's it. But like, if you listen to the lyrics, like. You know what I mean?
It's deep, it's emotional, so it gets you in your feelings.
You think about girls that broke your heart that never even broke your heart.
Yeah,
like it's like I didn't even meet her, and like Ariana Grande, like she broke my heart. I didn't meet her though. Yeah. Mariah Carey, like shout out to 6th grade me. Like I start thinking about that.
Biggest crush on Mariah Carey in the 6th grade. Yeah. It's funny because you went from Mariah Carey to Ariana Grande. Like that makes perfect sense. Yeah. Because like they mirror each other. Well, like Ariana Grande definitely has a lot of she has a lot of influence from Mariah Carey. Yeah. Like and like just her career in general. Because Mariah Carey was collabing with all like the rappers back in the 90s, like you know, and
Jay-Z and all of them. Yeah,
Ariana Grande does the same thing. She got a song with like A$AP Ferg. Like,
Big Sean.
Big Sean, Gambino. Like she works with all the rappers. So like her career and Mariah Carey's career are very similar.
Nah, she's
and
dope.
On top of that, people don't like her personality. Both of them.
Yeah. They're kind of like divas, like too much of divas.
Dude, like Mariah Carey and Nicki Minaj hosted American Idol together, and Mariah Carey was the one that people didn't like as much.
That's pretty bad.
Like, you would think it would be Nicki Minaj
like,
based on everything. It was like, nah, it was Mariah Carey. She was just terrible to work with. Like, that's so funny. Yeah, that's crazy, man. So, yo, do you have anything you want to, like, plug? Anything you want to, like, put out there, let the people know about?
Nah, I'm pretty excited. You know, it's podcast. People don't realize podcasts are really kind of becoming the thing. Like, yeah, man. To be honest with you, like I know how to read. You know how to read. Charlie knows how to read. A lot of us know how to read. Some of us don't. Right? That's not the point. The point is, so like podcasts. You know, people are on their phones all the time, right? So, you know, I really do think people are slowly going to start transitioning to podcasts and stuff. And first of all, like, just with the thought of wireless headphones, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even know people have something in. Like, you just have your phone in. You could just go for a walk, listen to your podcast. You could be in the gym. Like, some people actually, like, work out to podcasts and just listen to stuff.
You can't get your news any other way.
Yeah, just get your head off of certain things, get your mind off of certain things. And, you know, but, maybe shout out Travis Scott if you ever listen to this podcast.
Yo, shout out to Travis Scott, man.
I'd love to come out on stage and like be like that little short fat kid that came out Goosebumps.
Yeah, rap Beebs in the trap
form. I promise I know all the lyrics. So, you wouldn't have to worry about that, and I wouldn't screw it up. So
yeah. All right, anyone in Travis Scott's camp, if you heard that, Anif wants to hop on stage with you and do Beebs in the trap. All right,
please.
All right, Anif. Thank you very much for being the first guest on my podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be dope.
Much appreciated. Thank y'all. This was the first episode of the TempahZone podcast. Shout out to ByBurnsy on the camera doing the video. Shout out to PRX Podcast Garage in Allston.
Shout out PRX.
For real, they hooked it up, man. It's a nice fancy studio we got going on here. I really appreciate that. Until next time, y'all, my name's Amir Maxx. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.